Wonderful. It is Sarah K Ramsey here to talk about why I don't put myself first. And a phrase that I hear pretty often is, I need to learn to put myself first. I need to learn to put myself first. I need to learn to put myself first. And that phrase just does not align with me at all. I don't think I could ever get my head around that. I understand it in concept, but it feels like a very long bridge to cross. Okay, so if someone said, Sarah, I need you to put yourself first, it would feel like there were a lot of obstacles in the way of putting myself first. A very conservative upbringing where I was supposed to love others before I loved myself. All the research about toxic people and how they are so good at putting themselves first, and me not wanting to be toxic, and I just trying to put myself first would be a very long bridge to cross for me. Okay? And so with my own life and with my clients, I try to find shorter bridges for them to cross. Because sometimes so much of the language around recovery, whether it be trauma bonding, whether it be codependency, whether it be PTSD or complex PTSD, it just feels like such long bridges to healing. It feels like, healing's going to take forever. The scars will never heal. Will it ever get any better? And I like to find very short bridges to cross to get the same results. Not to bypass healing or anything like that, but to make things click. And to make them click quickly so that you don't have to keep struggling with them, because struggling through things is not fun. So if we can find shorter bridges to cross that are less of a struggle, I'm always a fan of that, okay? So when I think about learning to put myself first, that feels like a very long bridge to cross. It feels like toxic people put themselves first, and I don't want to be toxic. It feels like it's selfish, and I don't want to be selfish. And it feels like, not the right thing to do. There's a lot, maybe some of you don't have that issue, but I think most of you do. And so there's a lot of, if it was like a bridge that I was trying to cross, it would have all these hurdles I would have to jump over. Learn to put yourself first, but learn to put yourself first, but learn to put yourself first, but. Okay? So what I tell myself instead, because I don't always want to put myself last, that doesn't feel right. I know it hasn't worked in the past, right? So what can I say to myself? What story can I tell myself? What other phrase can I tell myself that would create a shorter bridge for me to cross? And I think about the words, is that in alignment with my integrity? Is it in alignment with my integrity that it's always everyone else's turn? No. Is it in alignment with my integrity that everyone else gets to set my schedule for me and their needs are more important than my needs? No, that doesn't align with my integrity. Does it align with my integrity that I'm never allowed to say no? Other people are allowed to say no, but I'm personally not allowed to say no. No, that doesn't align with my integrity. Okay, does it align with my integrity that it's always everyone else's turn and never my turn? No, that doesn't make sense. People should take turns. Okay, so that doesn't align with my integrity either. And do you see how I would get the same results of making myself a priority or making my needs a priority, but it's less of a bridge to cross because it's already in alignment with who I am. Learning to put myself first, it's just too many toxic people are good at putting themselves first. It feels so far away. It feels so hard to get to. Living in alignment with my integrity feels very easy to get to. It's like, okay, yeah, I want to live in alignment with my integrity. I want to create a life that is congruent with who I am, with what I believe, with who I want to be, with how I want to be treated, how I want to treat others. I can live in alignment with my integrity. Okay? Now, the trick is you have to use your thoughts to work for you rather than for the toxic people in your life. So it can't be I'm in alignment with my integrity in this circumstance. being in alignment with your integrity can, it'll get you in trouble if it's like, okay, the right thing to do, being in alignment with my integrity, is never having my own needs, always feeling responsible for meeting everyone else's needs, always changing my needs to put myself, put their needs before mine, always putting myself on the back burner. If that is in alignment with your integrity, don't use this strategy. Okay? But if it is in alignment with your integrity, that people should take turns, that it's not your job to help other people become more selfish, that not holding people accountable for their behavior or always solving their problems for them so they don't have to solve their problems, it feels like really icky, because then they keep bringing you problems and it feels like they're never learning and they're not living their own life and they're dumping on you, and that doesn't feel good for you. Then the phrase living in alignment with your integrity and making choices around your schedule in alignment with your integrity, and making choices on what you put up with in a relationship in alignment with your integrity, and how you spend your money in alignment with your integrity. If that phrase can be a shorter bridge to cross for you, then it is a powerful bridge to cross. It's a powerful thing to say to people, that's not really in alignment. Maybe you don't use the word integrity, but that's not really in alignment with who I want to be. That's not in alignment with, what goals I have this week. That's not in alignment with, what I need to do today. Okay? Do you hear the strength and thought behind that phrase? It's not mean. It's not selfish. It's not telling them, to go away and leave you alone. But it's saying, this is who I am, and I'm going to make decisions in alignment with who I want to be in the future, what I want my future self to thank me for. Not what I want everybody in this moment who's trying to get me not to have boundaries and trying to get me to fall into people pleasing is wanting, because that's no good. But allowing yourself to align with your integrity and make choices based on your aligning with your integrity, and tell yourself in your head that it's important to align with integrity, just feels a lot less icky for me than learning to put myself first, because I should be first sometimes, but I'm not first all the time. That would make me a toxic person. I don't want to be that. So how do I know if it's my time to be first or it's their time to be first? See all those questions that go circling in your head? But if you can switch the conversation to, does this choice align with my integrity? Does their behavior align with how I want to be treated in congruence with my integrity? What does, how I'm spending my money, does it align with my integrity? Am I going to allow you to be more and more selfish? Is that in alignment with my integrity? That phrase, I think, will help clear some of that back and forth tennis match in your head. And the more energy you can have towards figuring out your future and who you want to be, rather than battling with yourself on who others want you to be, the happier you will be. That was a lot of B's. But hope it made sense, and I hope you have an awesome day.